Okay, before I continue, I want to announce one thing. Please keep yourself mute. If you don't want to ask anything, then please try to put yourself into mute mode so we do not have any kind of voice disturbance. And if you have any question or query during this session, you can unmute yourself and ask me a question, right? Or you can put your question in the chat box. I will keep my eye on the chat box at every 5 or 10 minutes. So you can put your message in the chat box also. And yes, please also turn off your video. If you are sharing your video, then please turn off that also. Okay, so let me start our session. SolidWorks online training program at SciCAD Center. Before we continue our session, I want to introduce myself. That my name is Setu Nandania, and I am a Autodesk Desert and PTC certified instructor. I have completed my BE Mechanical Engineering, and I'm also having a 2 years of industrial experience as well as more than 6 years of technical education services experience. If I give a small summary of my work experience, then I have attended a international training 2 times, also provided a training at NID, National Institute for Design, also at IIT Gandhinagar, MSME Industries at Nagpur, Pune. I have also conducted more than 70 plus workshops at colleges and training programs for the faculty development programs, and also trained more than 1800 plus students in my career. Before we jump on the SolidWorks software, here I want to introduce about my company, that is SciCAD Center. SciCAD is an Autodesk PTC and Dassault authorized training center located in India at almost 40 plus branches we have. Recently, we achieved an Autodesk Academic Partner Award, and since last 13 years, we are working in this field and providing a technical education for the civil engineering, architecture, mechanical, and automobile industries student. Um, Before we start our session, we have one question, that is, what is digital prototyping and how current industries are working, right? So this is our first question. So basically we have two types of prototype, that is physical prototype and digital prototype. So before we software came in market, we have in the industries we have some basic assumptions, and they are trying to create one physical product with their experience and their capabilities, and then they are going to test that product, that this product is suitable or not, or this product is capable or not, or fulfill exact requirement or not. But in nowadays we are using software to create a prototype, to test and validation, and then once we get the exact surety about our product that it's exact as per my requirement, then we send it for the production and manufacturing process, and at the end it's a sales and marketing. So this is the current scenario that we are using right now. In today's market, you will see that each and every a small scale industry is also using one drafting software and one modeling software. Yes, anyone have quick question? So please mute yourself. If you have any query, then you can ask me, right? Okay. And also we need to discuss that product design cycle. So how do we design a product? We have a step by step sequence, a process to develop any product. For example, I want to develop one product from the starting, from the concept phase, right? So what thing covers in the concept? So in the concept, whatever ideas in your mind, you need to put your idea on the paper with the help of pen and pencil, right? And just you need to create a rough sketch of your product. Then using a CAD tool like AutoCAD, you can fix some dimensions and create a proper engineering drawing, right? Then go to the engineering. In the engineering module, you can use a 3D modeling software to create a complete product, then assemble it, create a mechanism, check your product properly. Then next is simulation. In the simulation environment, we are going to analyze our product, we are going to check our product, the safety factor, the strength of our product, and all. So each of these things are going to be fine. Then we are going to create documentation. That means for the production, we need to create engineering drawings, right? So for the documentation, and after that फैक्ट्री लेआउट में सारी चीजें वहां पर आपकी क्रिएट होगी. So this is our process to create or to develop any product, right? And SolidWorks provides you all types of facility for the concept design to the engineering, for the simulation, also for the documentation, and also for the visualization purpose. So SolidWorks is again a very well known user friendly software that most industries are using. More than 3.5 million SolidWorks users are there in the market, right? More than 1 lakh and 50,000 companies are there who is using SolidWorks. So it's a very trusted and proven software in the current market. That's why it's a very demanding software. Some other software of the same categories are Autodesk Inventor, Fusion 360, PTC Creo, Katia. These are the also a 3D modeling software that industries are using, right? And you might also have some idea about these softwares. And Scicad is also providing the knowledge for all these products. Okay. Some pre-requirements for to learn this SolidWorks software. If you have a basic knowledge about mechanical engineering, and you should have at least some knowledge about AutoCAD 2D. So you are suitable to learn this software, right? So you should have some basic knowledge about mechanical engineering and also about AutoCAD 2D. So you have some idea about orthography drawings, isometric drawings, right? Development process and all. Then you can start with the SolidWorks. In the SolidWorks Design Engineer, Scicad offers this much modules in the SolidWorks Design Engineer course content, that you will get the AutoCAD, 2D CAD, where SolidWorks sketching module is there. Then we have 3D modeling tool, where you are going to create the different types of parts. Then also we have sheet metal design tool. Then we have assembly approach, where we are going to assemble our product with the help of top down and bottom up. Two type of approaches are there for the assembly purpose. Then we have rendering in the design engineer module, where you can apply some material lighting, and with the help of camera settings can capture an image of your product with the realistic material effects. Then we have surface design for the complex part creation. And at the end, we have production drawing. That means your engineering drawing. I hope my voice is properly clear. And please mute yourself if you don't have any question, right? Okay, voice is completely clear. I'm not getting any noise over here. If you have any problem, then you can ask me. My voice is clear. Okay, okay. Thank you. So in the next SolidWorks for industrial engineer, this is the advanced module of SolidWorks that SciCAD offers. In this module, you will get the advanced part modeling, configuration design, weld mats, steel frame design, animation, FEM analysis, mold design tool, and also SolidWorks flow simulation is there, right? So you can perform a CFD simulation with the help of SolidWorks tool. So these are the course content that SciCAD Center offers at the training centers. Uh, Hello students, my audio is audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
some student have the problem, so
Yes, sir.
you can
Yes, sir. Clear,
solve
sir.
you. Okay,
Yes,
no
sir.
It
problem.
is audible now, sir.
Okay.
It is audible, sir.
Okay. So some student have the problem, so you can rejoin this call. So maybe it's a problem for your side, so you can rejoin. Okay. So these are the introduction that we discussed. Now let we continue our for day one session with the SolidWorks. So that's it for the introduction. Now I have shared my SolidWorks screen. I hope it is visible for you. Please confirm it once.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
SolidWorks screen is visible. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
visible.
you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, friends. So now let me start with our day one introduction and sketching module. Today we are going to discuss this thing. So over here we have SolidWorks and then new open save as. So these are the quick access toolbar. On the end we have option tool over here from where you will get the entire setting of the SolidWorks. So if you don't have any proper knowledge about these tools, then please don't change anything. If you don't have a proper idea and knowledge. Okay, then close it. So here we are going to start a new file. So click on new. Here we have three options that what you want to create. You want to create a part, you want to create a assembly or a drawing file, right? So let me continue with the part. Click OK. So first of all, let me discuss the name of each and everything. So on the top we have quick access toolbar. Then on the bottom we have a ribbon. This ribbon is made of different tabs. So these are the tabs: feature, sketch, surface, sheet metal. You might have different tab, right? So if you want to manipulate your tab, you want to active or disactive your tab, just right click on any tab and you can turn on. For example, I want to add weld mat, so you can turn on your weld mat. For example, I don't want this sheet metal and surface, so you can turn off it. So in this way you can add and remove your tabs in the ribbon, right? On this left side we have feature manager tree, right? Over here our all the operations will be listed in a proper sequence. Because it's a parametric modeling software, so we can edit our product anytime anywhere, right? On the right side we have design library and SolidWorks resources menu available over here. So you can use this design library to create the standard parts that we will discuss in our assembly environment. And this is our viewport or working area or workspace. So let me start with the sketch first. So go to the sketch. Over here you will find two options, sketch and 3D sketch. So first of all we will go with the sketch, and here you need to choose one plane on which plane you want to create your sketch, right? So for example I am choosing my front plane, so that plane will normal in front of you for the first time. Listen to me carefully. That plane will normal in front of you for the first time only, not for the every time. If you change the setting, then it will be normal in front of you every time. That setting will be available in these options, but leave it right now. We are just starting this software, so don't change any kind of settings. And as you can see, now we are able to draw each and every tools over here. So we have first line. Here we have option as sketch. That means you can draw line at any angle, any length and continuous line we have. If you want to cancel the command, press escape. That means your command will be cancelled. Also we have center line option and midpoint line option, and this all option you will find in the option also over here in the tool, right? So just select this line. Over here you need to turn on this construction option, and your line will be construction line. So this is your construction line. Select, click on the midpoint line. So whatever line you are going to create will be extend in both direction like this. So this is your midpoint line, right? And also we have one more option for construction. Over here we have horizontal line, vertical line and angle line. So for example I just want horizontal line, so click on the horizontal, and now you are only able to create horizontal line over here, right? So I am going very slowly right now because it's a critical thing. Otherwise you are going to confuse in each and every option. Then we have vertical, that means you are only able to create a vertical line, right? And also we have angle. So you need to define an angle over here, for example 30-degree, and here that line at 30-degree, right? So it's a very simple. So initially you just need to draw each and everything. Don't think about the dimensions. We will provide the dimensions at the end of the sketch, right? So first you have to create the initial sketch, some basic random sketch, and then you can use your dimensioning tool. And you can also provide dimensions while you are creating it. For example, I want to enter 100 over here. So type 100, click on tab, 100, enter. This is your 100 line, but I don't prefer this method. So we will provide the dimensions at the end. Okay. So first of all, we are going to discuss this drawing panel. Here we have a different types of rectangle, 5 types we have. First we have the two corner rectangle, first point and second point. Then we have center rectangle. So click on the center point and then the corner point. We have three corner rectangle. So first point, second point, and third point, and you will get one rectangle. We have a center point, midpoint, and the corner point. So these 3 point rectangle from the center point, and also a parallelogram to create a parallelogram like this. All the opposite sides are parallel, right? Then next we have circle tool. We have two options for the circle. First is the center radius circle, and second one is the 3 point circle, where you need to click 3 points. You need to define 3 points. For example, this is my first point, second point, third point. So you will get a circle using that 3 point. Then next we have arc creation option. You will get the three options over there. First we have center circle arc. So you need to provide the center point, then radius and starting point, and then ending point, right? And over here you can create a clockwise and anti-clockwise, both type of arc you can create over here, right? So you don't need to worry about the direction like AutoCAD. You can create a clockwise and anti-clockwise both arc. Then we have a tangent arc. So from any curve you can create one tangent arc like this. And last we have 3 point arc. That means you have to provide the starting point, then ending point, and then middle point. So this is the process, the 3 point arc. We are also having some slots over here. So we have the slot, overall slot. So first center, second center, and then the thickness. This is our slot. Similarly, we have center slot. So first we need to provide the center point, then the length of the slot and the thickness of the slot. We have two options for the arc based slot. So first one is the 3 point arc. So start point, end point, and middle point, and then thickness. So this is again one arc based slot. And next we have center point arc based slot. So first center point, then starting point, ending point, and then thickness. So these are the options we have in the SolidWorks to create slots and other geometries. Next we have polygon. So click on the polygon. Over here you need to decide the number of sides. For example, I want to create a pentagon, so 5 sides, and here that polygon. See, here we have two options. One is inscribed circle, that means you will get one reference circle inside that polygon, and the other option is circumscribed circle, that means you will get the center line circle on the outside of the polygon. So this circle is used to provide the dimensions, so that's why you need to click this circle and hit OK. Then we have spline tool to create a smooth curve. So these are the spline tool. We have ellipse, also some parabola, partial ellipse we have. So partial ellipse, so starting point and ending point. So this is our partial ellipse, elliptical arc we can say. Then we have parabola. So focal point, and then starting and ending. So this is our parabolic curve. Also we have conic curve. Next we have fillet tool. So click on fillet, click on the corner, and hit OK, and you will get a fillet over there. You can change the value after also. Like I want 25 in this, but don't worry about the dimensions. As I told you, we will provide the dimension at the end. Okay, next we have some modification tool. So let me finish this modification tool. We have trim and extend and also offset tool we have. And then we will discuss about different types of phases in the SolidWorks sketch module. So for example, we have some intersecting lines, and some other curves. Okay. So here we have a option for the trim. In the trim, we have first option, that is power trim, that I generally use. With the help of power trim, you have to hold your first mouse click, and in from wherever object you are going to pass, that will be trimmed automatically. So it's a very good tool for the trimming purpose. Then next we have a corner trim option. So for that you need to select two lines from where you want to keep your lines. So I want to select this corner point from here. So this line and this line. So the opposite portion will be trimmed, and we have created one corner over here. Right. Some more option we have, that is trim away inside. In this case, you have to provide the two references, one line. So for example, this is my reference 1, this is my reference 2, and I want to trim the inside portion. Then you can use this trim away inside. So see, between these two line, this line is trimmed. But if you go with this trim away outside, then it will trim your outside portion of the line. So this both option we have. And lastly, we have trim to closest. In this case, you just need to select line that will be trimmed up to the next reference.
Ready? Already class for
Hello.
class for
So these are the options we have in the trim button, and on the drop down we have similarly extend button.
ready?
So in that case, you have to
Uh,
just select your object and it will be extended up to the reference. If you are not having any reference, then it will not provide you any kind of preview. You must have a target, your destination, that up to which point you want to go. Okay, students, clear up to this point?
Sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So now just focus on my word, right? So this is our last phase of the sketching tool, and you are going to clear about SolidWorks sketching module right now. See, whenever I am going to create any sketch over here, for example, we have one rectangle. So SolidWorks provides us a three different stages for the sketch. SolidWorks provides us a three different stages of the sketch. First one is the underdefined stage, second one is the fully defined stage, and third one is the overdefined stage, right? And to control your sketch, we have two things: dimension and relation. We have three types of sketch and two types of constraint: dimension and relation. Both are constraint, right? Now see, this sketch is currently colored in blue, right? And on the bottom over here you can see it's a underdefined. It's written over here underdefined. So it's our underdefined sketch. Why it is underdefined? Because if you pick any point and drag it, your shape will be changed. That means there is something in your sketch which is free. You can drag it easily, right? So that is why it's a underdefined sketch. Now, for example, with the smart dimension, we are going to provide the dimension. So click on smart dimension, select this line and put it over here, and I'm providing value of 200. So now gap between this line and this line is 200, which is fixed. See, we provide one dimension. So as you can see, this both line of the top and the bottom, this both line colored in black, right? So now we are going to try to drag this point. See, I'm not able to drag it vertically. Why? Because it's constrained. We have a relation over here, that is the gap between these two lines must be 200. You cannot change it. So this is our constraint. Similarly, these green dots, as you can see, we have, these are the relations. This is our horizontal relation, this is our vertical relation. So these are the relations. We can add new relation and we also can remove the relation. Okay, so we can control our sketch with two things: dimension and relation. And there are three stages of the drawing: underdefined, fully defined, and overdefined. Now again, I am providing one more dimension to this line, let's say 400. So over here you can see we have entire sketch in a blue color, sorry, black color. And on the bottom you can see we have fully defined, annotated over here. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is our fully defined condition. In this condition, let me try to drag our sketch. So for example, this point I'm not able to drag. See, this point I'm not able to drag this point. So my entire drawing is fixed right now. Now I don't need any more dimension or any more relation. Okay, but still I'm going to add one more dimension. For example, I want to add a dimension of this inclined line over here. So SolidWorks is asking us one question, that what do you want to do? If you use this dimension as a driven, then it is fine. But if you take this dimension as a driving, then we have some problems, some troubles. So again, leave it. Before we go for that, I want to aware you with the dimensions. So mainly we have two types of dimension. Again, do not going to confuse. We have three types of drawing: underdefined, fully defined, and overdefined. We have two types of constraint. One is dimension and one is relation. And we have two types of dimension. one is driving dimension and one is driven dimension. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the other type of dimension. I will repeat this thing at the end, but just to focus over here. So here I'm going to place my dimension, and he is asking that make this dimension driven or leave this dimension driving. We have two options over here. So let me go with the make this dimension driven. Click OK. So up to this point we have fine, we have fully defined sketch and we have no problems over here. Right? But there is one difference over here, that if you notice, we have these outer dimensions are dark black in color, but this dimension is gray in color, little gray. So what is the difference between this and this? So this is our driving dimension. That means it will drive your sketch. You can change the value, for example 250, and your sketch will be edited. You can change this value also, for example 500, and your sketch will be edited. But you cannot provide any value to driven dimension. So this is your driven dimension. So clear for the driving and driven dimension?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me create again driving dimension. So delete this thing. Smart dimension for this line here, and I want a driving dimension. Driving means that dimension which is going to change our sketch, right? Which is going to drive our sketch, basically we can say. So click OK. So here we have a problem. SolidWorks is going to confuse. SolidWorks is going to confuse between all these yellow things. We have highlighted over here. See, if SolidWorks is going to consider this horizontal dimension, this vertical dimension, then he is not able to consider this inclined dimension. Right? Are you getting my point? So this condition is known as overdefined condition. See over here, we have written overdefined. And in this case, we need to remove something from this entire yellow thing. For example, let me delete this vertical relation. Delete. So now SolidWorks is happy that you can provide input to all these three dimensions. How? Let me provide some input. For example, 600. And see, this line is going to tilt because we remove that vertical relation. But for example, let me add one again vertical relation over here. So how to add relation? Select that line, and over here in the properties you will get the relations. So click on vertical. Okay. So again, SolidWorks is going to confuse that if you want to keep this relation, you should have to remove something. So let me remove this dimension. So now again, SolidWorks is happy. So clear up to this point? Okay. Now again, I'm starting my session from the beginning. We have a underdefined sketch, right? And with the help of smart dimension, we can provide dimensions. For example, 200 mm width, 500 mm length. But still this drawing is underdefined because we do not define the position of this rectangle. It is free to float in the entire screen, right? So we have to provide some dimensions. So click on smart dimension. For example, this line from this origin horizontally, I want to provide 100 gap. So now these both vertical lines are fixed. Similarly, this line with origin point again 100 So my sketch is now fixed. Okay, so this is my fully defined condition. Now, for example, I have one rectangle circle over here, and I want to add some relations that this circle must be tangent with this line. So how we can add relation? You need to select your curve, press Ctrl and select both the curve, and you will get the relations in these properties. Click on tangent, and we have added a tangent relation, as you can see, right? So now this circle will always remain tangent with this line. Okay. Now one more relation I want to add. For example, this circle, press Ctrl and this point, this both should be vertical. So here is the vertical relation. So the position of the circle is fixed, right? This center point and this center point will always remain vertical. Now let me add just radius. Click on Smart Dimension. And let's say 100. So again we have a fully defined sketch. So I hope you all are clear about different type of stages in the sketch and sketch tools. Do you have any queries up to this point?
No, sir.
Okay. So now I'm going to show you one assignment. Before we go for the assignment, we have some other tools. So let me discuss that. So over here we have next offset. So provide your offset and select your object, and it will create one offset like this. Offset, select direction, right? So in this way you can create a offset of any object. Over here offset, select this, so it will provide you a offset of entire rectangle. But for example, I want a offset of this single line. I don't want to select the entire rectangle. So make sure that you turn off this select chain option. ये chain वाला selection off कर दीजिए, and then hit your line, and it will provide you a offset of single line. Then we have a mirror entity option. For the mirror, you must have a mirror line. So here we have a mirror line, for example, and mirror entities. So these are the mirror entities, and about to mirror about this line. So here we have a mirror. If you have turn on this copy option, then both will be there. If you turn off this copy, then our original will be removed and this mirror will be there. So this is our symmetry relation. See, these are the yellow dots you have. You don't need to delete this. If you are going to delete these green dots or this mirror line, your entire object will be separated. Currently it is in a mirror relation. So for example, I'm going to change the dimension of this side, will automatically reflect on the other side. See, for example, 500, I want to change it to 400. So it will be reflected on the other side. But if I remove this mirror line, delete it. Now this drawing is free. Now there is no relation between left side and right side. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now let me show you the assignment that you have to complete. You have to practice it. I hope my PDF file is visible for you. SolidWorks assignment 1.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It
Yes,
is.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Visible,
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. So see, in this assignment, I have provided you some drawings over here with some dimensions and without any relation. Over here, you don't have any kind of relations. Okay. So relations that you have to provide, dimensions I have provided. You have to create a drawing. For example, this one. Let me annotate you. You can create this drawing like, okay. So you have to create a fully defined sketch. Use dimensions relations if you have any missing dimension that you can assume, okay. But you have to create a fully defined sketch, not a under defined and not a over defined. Then next we have one more option. You can create this one. So this drawing you have to create. Okay, let me show you how to create. So let me go to the again SolidWorks screen and we will create this drawing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we go for that, we have one question. What happened to
Sir,
the
can you show the
model?
previous?
Yes.
Sir, can you show the previous thing which you asked us to do as an assignment? Like scroll it up.
Okay, sure. This file will be sent to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
This PDF will be delivered to you. So don't worry
Yeah,
about
okay, sir.
that. Okay. So we have one question over
Okay.
here that what happened to the model if we have the sketch as underdefined. So what will happen? Sometimes you transfer your model and do some other operations, right? So sometimes your underdefined sketch may change automatically. Your dimensions may change automatically or by mistake it can be changed. Okay. So always keep your drawing in a fully defined condition. Okay, one more question we have, sir. How we change the dimensions are in centimeter? Yes, we can change the unit. Okay, let me discuss the unit first. I hope the SolidWorks screen is visible for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For the unit changing, you have many more options. So first of all, the easiest way is go to the lower right corner. Over here, you will find this unit dialog box, MMGS, right? So currently we are working in millimeter, grams and seconds. For example, you want to work with CGS, MKS or IPS. These are the options you have. And if you want your custom unit, then click on the edit document unit, and in the unit dialog box you can go to the custom and prefer your length unit, prefer your mass unit, and prefer your time unit. You can take it your custom unit, right? So this is the first method. Second one is just right click on your part and go to these document properties, and here you will find again same dialog box, units. So you can change your unit. You can also change to the centimeter, and as Kevin says, from the options we can go. So again, go to the option. Here we have document property and unit, right? So in this way you can change your unit to the centimeter, meter, and IPS also. Okay, now any more question? So let me create our example that we discussed. Driven sketch is not, my friend, it's a driven dimension. It's a part of dimension, it's not a sketch. I will explain you while this sketch. Okay, so let me create this sketch. So first of all, we have to create one circle of 36 diameter and one more circle at 100 mm gap, and the diameter is 12 mm. Okay, no problem. So click on sketch on the front plane. Let have one circle at the origin first and one more circle over here, and go to the smart dimension, and you have to keep your dimensions. Okay, after providing a value you should not remove that thing. If you are going to delete your dimension, then it will be again free. So this is 100. Okay, and the center point, and this center point should be horizontal. So once you provide the dimension, then never remove that. Okay, just select it and click on delete, and that is not the proper way. If you are going to remove your dimension, then your sketch will again in underdefined condition. So keep your dimension with the sketch, and also let have one construction line over here, center line. Okay, shall we hide the dimension? No, we don't need to hide our dimension. When you finish your sketch, your dimension will be removed automatically. Okay, so you don't need to hide that. Then next we have a radius 25, and on the other side we have radius of 12. So we need to create one more circle from here and one more from here, and the dimension radius of this circle is 25, so diameter is 50, and radius of this circle is 12, so diameter is 24. Then we have to create a line from this circle to this circle, but make sure your tangent relation is there. You should have this tangent relation. Okay, then you can use mirror tool also, or you can draw a new line also. Let me create one more line. Make sure that you are prompting a tangent relation like this, and then we can trim it out. Before we trim it out, let's have a look. So here we have an angle of 15 degree, but we already have a fully defined sketch. So what will happen if I provide a dimension between these two? So it will create a problem, right? So we should keep this dimension as a driven. That means you are not able to change that dimension. That is for the visualization purpose only. That is our driven dimension. Okay, then next we have 8 mm offset from the both side, and from here also from the center. So click on the offset, make sure your chain selection is off. This line in this direction, then again offset this line in this direction. Then with the help of this trim tool, first of all we should remove this circle and this circle. Okay, and then one more offset. Oops, sorry, you are not reminding me. Okay, see, we are offsetting at 10 mm. We have to take a offset at 8 mm. So please inform me immediately and keep yourself present over here. So offset 8 mm this circle, and now again trim this, this, this one. Okay, now remove this outer circle. Delete. So again this is going to free, so we need to add a dimension between these two, that is 8 mm. Okay, and the center point is fixed. Okay, now next, here we have to provide a fillet of 6.7 radius, right? So click on the fillet here, 6.7, and we need to select this line and this line and hit OK. This is done. And then over here we have radius of 5. I am talking about this point. We have radius of 5. So again fillet here 5 mm radius, and on this corner and on this corner, and hit OK. And this is done. Our sketch is done. Okay, we have to remove this line. Dimension between these two, again dimension between these two. Look, so over here we have to fix these endpoints. And now we just have to create a key slot over here. As we have given, it's at 45-degree angle, length is 22 mm, and the gap between both is 10 mm. Okay, so let me create one construction line for construction from here, this direction. Smart dimension angle should be 45-degree, so here it is 45, and length should be 22, and then we have to create one perpendicular line over here from midpoint. So this is our perpendicular line. Okay, so if you are not having a perpendicular relation, that is fine. Just select that, press Ctrl and select this line and add this perpendicular relation. Then again, smart dimension, gap of this line is the 10 mm. Now we have to create a perpendicular line like this and like this. Again, trim. So here we have a complete sketch of our drawing. Then just finish it and your all dimension will be removed. Okay, so don't worry about the dimensions. So I hope you all are clear about the sketching tools.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any doubt, any question? Then you can ask me now.
So, hello.
See, we have a time for
Hello.
10 to 15 minutes more.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir, actually, can we open the drawing which you drawn now?
yes, I can. Just right click on this sketch and click on the edit sketch. You can open it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, there 41st in inner circle 45 degrees circle is there, no, sir. Can you zoom it? Yes, sir. You drawn two lines in there, no, sir.
Sorry, I'm not getting you.
Sir, you drawn the two lines, no, sir.
Yes, I have drawn two lines.
Yes, sir. Can you say that? Can you repeat it? Yes, sir. That one only.
Okay, you want to repeat this portion only.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. That one only.
No problem. Just a
Yes,
minute.
thank you.
See, first of all, I have created one we have one horizontal line over here. For the reference purpose, to take a proper angle, I have created one construction line over here. So this is our center line, our construction line. That will not affect our sketch. Okay. And with the smart dimension, I take a 45-degree angle over here. And also define the length of this line, that is 22 mm as given in our drawing. So here we have one line at 45-degree. Then what I have done, I have created one midpoint line. So I choose this midpoint button and create one line from here like this at any angle. Okay, so this is our midpoint line, and then I have selected this line and control press करके मैंने ये line को select किया. I have selected both the lines and then I have added a perpendicular relation. So now it's a 90-degree angle with this line and this line. Got it? And then I have provided a dimension that we want a 10 mm. After that, I have created a perpendicular line over here. See, this is the perpendicular line. We are having a projection that we are perpendicular with this one. See this perpendicular relation. Similarly, I have created one perpendicular line over here, and then I use trim tool to trim the rest of the part, and that is done.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, we are planning for that. What is different between Creo and SolidWorks? There is a very big difference. See, both the softwares are for the modeling purpose, for the designing purpose. But SolidWorks is a user-friendly software, and Creo is the command-based engineering software, right? Both the softwares are for the engineering product development project purpose, and both the softwares are from the different companies. One is from the PTC University, which is the oldest industry in the design field. PTC University. They have developed their first parametric software, that is Pro Engineering, ProE, and then in 2013 they have renamed it and say that Creo. So Creo is the oldest software, and SolidWorks is introduced in around 2001 2002 by the Dassault System. Okay, so both the softwares are from the different company. Both are made for the same work, but the method of using both the software are different.
Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yes,
actually, you are using SolidWorks 2017 version and we downloaded 2019 version.
there
Is it
is
will
no
be any
different,
problem,
my
sir?
friend. There is no much different except your graphics may change. Your extrusion icon may going to change. Your revolve icon may going to change. Okay, but the rest of
Yes,
the
sir.
portion will work same as mine.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay,
Can
so
you hear me?
yes,
Can you please tell me about the end portion of the drawing, sir? I didn't understand it properly.
this slot creation.
No, not the slot creation, sir. The smaller circle in the end. Yeah, the one before that, sir.
This one.
You just did that 6.7 fillet radius.
Okay, okay, okay.
Can
See,
you tell me again, sir?
yes, yes. Let me delete this one. Yes. And initially we have this thing like this, right? And I
Yes, sir.
want to add one fillet over here. So these both are at some angle. So they must going to intersect with each other. So we can add a fillet over here to this corner. So I have nothing done new. See, for example, we have a corner like this, and I'm going to add a fillet of 6.7 mm. Okay, this line and this line. So you will get one fillet over here like this.
Okay, sir.
Similarly, I have done over here that I want a fillet of 6.7 mm radius between this line and this line. But this is a very sharp corner. So the trimming portion is very large over here because we have 6.7 mm radius. So they have to keep it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is also a 6.7 mm fillet, and this is also a fillet, nothing else.
Oh, okay, sir.
To do simulation, which the best software is? For the simulation purpose, we have a simulation product like Nastran in CAD and ANSYS. These both are the simulation product, specially designed for the simulation. So we cannot compare our SolidWorks simulation or Creo simulation result with the ANSYS or Nastran, because both the products are made for the simulation. Any other question?
No, sir.
Okay. So this assignment will be provided to you. Yes, deadline is also mentioned in the assignment that you have to submit it in over here. See, submission deadline tomorrow before midnight. Okay, so everything is mentioned in the assignment, and that will be provided to you. Just learning software is enough for the job purpose? No, definitely it's not enough. You have to work with the software, and also you should have some knowledge that actually industries needs, right? Industries are not hiring you as a worker. Industries are hiring you as a engineer. So you must have the engineering field knowledge as well as software, because current technologies are working on the software. So you must have both things, your engineering knowledge as well as the software knowledge. No, you cannot install this in the Android. What are the design software being used in aerospace and rocket industries? See, for the solid modeling purpose, SolidWorks is the best, but CATIA is the made for the surface designing purpose. So for the aerospace industries, for the heavy mechanical industries like ship manufacturing, aircraft manufacturing, rockets and helicopters, etc. So these are the things are designed in the CATIA software. CATIA is made for that because it's a surface. The surface modeling is very powerful in the CATIA software. Okay, friends. So our next class is on Thursday, the day after tomorrow. So practice it, and then we will continue our session on the Thursday. You can share your SolidWorks file also, or just take a snapshot or an image and you can mail it us. Okay, it's enough.
Yes, sir.
Okay, friends, so I'm going to end this class now. If you have any queries, then you can ask me.
Sir, sir, hear my voice?
Okay, friends, so see you on the Thursday.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
sir. Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, friends.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Can we get your contact number, sir? Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
If suppose we're having any doubts at during practicing, can we call and ask you or some messaging, something like that? Is it possible, sir?
No problem. On the next class, first 15 minutes, we are going to discuss your all the doubts. Then we will come to the next session. Okay. So whatever doubts you have, that we are going to discuss in our next class in first 15 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Sir, actually, like while practicing, if we are not able to finish the assignment, then it will be a problem. Okay, so I asked.
No, there is no problem. So just note down your questions, okay, and we will discuss on the next session.
Okay, sir.
Because I am
Thank you,
having
sir.
many sessions in my whole day. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
okay. So see you on Thursday.
Okay, sir. Yeah, sir.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Yes, sir.